the day. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Hope everyone's feeling well. It is Thursday. It is 6:32. It is October 7th. My name is Scott Redler. I am El Jefe, the Chief Strategic Officer of T3Live.com. Welcome to the 6:30 Club, where we've been moving and grooving, trying to manage the process, keep our mind right, and staying with this active sequence. On what was it, on Tuesday? They shook the tree a little bit. Everyone's like, "Red Dog, that's a bearish engulfing candle." I'm like, it's a down day, and we're still above the 8-day moving average. If you take a look here, what everybody was belly aching about, this day right here. Oh my God, the Bears have the ball again. I'm like, we were up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days in a row. All we did is pull back towards the 8-day. Let's see the type of bounce that we have. All this did is actually get some guys that had a little bit of an overhedge able to get out of it and then perhaps buy a dip. That's what we do. We try and manage the process, go through sectors, and it's been pretty damn good, to be honest. So, with that being said, the news this morning is that Taiwan Semiconductor a little different than ASML. So, if you got out of the semis the other day, which was fine, but then saw the action yesterday in a few, you had a way to readjust. So, with that being said, let's see what's going on here. But bottom line is, if you look at the SPY, very healthy. Pulled back, held the 8-day, penetrated a little bit higher. Wasn't like we were up 50 cents yesterday. The SPYs almost took back more than half of this candle, which I don't have the chart here. Let's get the chart, negating whatever that meant. So, P.S. Everything looks pretty damn healthy. And in the meantime, while that was happening, the IWM broke out. Okay, so look at this. The IWM, I was on with Liz Claim and my girl last Wednesday before the CPI and PPI, saying that, hey, maybe the IWM finally wakes up. And look at that. So hopefully anybody who watched made some money, and anybody, who watches the 6:30 Club. To be the funny thing is, I didn't make money in the IWM. It's fine. I had a lot of small cap stocks, but I played it wrong. I bought the IWMs for Thursday, Friday, and I thought it wasn't going to happen, and then boom, took off. So anyway, I've been building a nice position in XBI. I personally think that I bought the November 15 XBI 103s for like $2, and I think that at some point the XBI is going to be taking out this area. Probably not today, but I do think it's going to happen, and I think you could still buy the XBI 103s. I have a lot of them. Like $2. Anyway, what we did right is you look in semiconductor land. Like look at this bar in the video yesterday. So, I was saying how to start the week, it was kind of too hard for NVIDIA just to break out above 140 after the size of the move that we've already seen, and we had a lot of great trades in NVIDIA. You had the red dog reversal, which started this active sequence, which I did get long. Okay, and then you had this descending trend line that broke right around 125. These were two meaty trades. So up here, I'm like, hey, maybe we get above 140, but you can't take too much size. And then into this down move, okay, what were we doing? I was buying the 140 calls for next week. And I did not expect, that we would rebuild so fast. Like if you look at NVIDIA is right back at 139.32. Wow. So if you look at the Alpha team, what did Red Dog buy? I still have a lot of positions on. I was buying the 140 calls for next Friday. But guess what? It might happen this Friday. So anyway, and these are all my positions. I made a lot of good money in the energy, nuclear type of play. A lot of guys played OKLO with me, which I had since 950. I still have Apple. I didn't get shaken out yesterday. I still have Google. Didn't get shaken out. So today's probably gonna be like a semi, techie type day, where yesterday was an IWM type day with energy and nuclear. So the bots are going to be programmed a little different. I did buy a little bit of the Chinese names yesterday, thinking that maybe China would bounce, but it didn't. So anyway, with that being said, we'll see what happens here with NVIDIA. I am not in the stock. I have a lot of options, though, that probably will be a double. And then we'll see, the best thing would be is if it doesn't go today. I'd love to see it just kind of, get back up to this spot. First of all, remember, I'm like, is it feeble or not? Well, this was not feeble. If you were thinking you were going to short a bounce because of this candle, because of what ASML said, you better have thought twice when it took back that spot. You could always measure what's happening by the size of the bounce back. I'm not even going to focus on really any other semis. Like I'll look at a AVGO, but this didn't really have much of a bounce here. But if I guess if Nvidia goes, that's going to happen also. So with that said, what just came in? Something just came in. Oh, we'll see. Anyway, what I did buy yesterday, some guys like Red Dog, what are you playing for earnings? I bought a little meta into this dip, even though it kind of felt like it's a little bit of, not say broken, but it did lose some momentum. I was like, you know what? If I'm going to buy this, I like to buy a dip for earnings. Okay. And earnings are on, what are they, October 30th. So I was like, you know what? I'll buy the 620s, for November. What was it? What was the date? We did November 1st, the 620s. But anyway, so with that being said, what's next? So I did stay with Apple. I was a little upset. I actually wasn't really upset. I was like, because I've grown to figure this out with Apple. Apple is not a momentum name anymore. It's a misdirection. It's how make you feel dumb type of name, but work higher. If that makes any sense. I bought Apple here on this day when it cleared 227, and then I sat in it. Why? Because it never violated my stops. And then I added to it, and I was able to sell into this 237 area. So I was pretty small. So by using my tier system, okay, then I was able to buy a little bit more back yesterday, and all it did is hold the 8-day. So all in all, not so bad. And now today it's up $1.50. You trim some, you hold some, and you manage the process. As long as you don't chase things and you buy things right, it's helpful. As far as what's it called? What was that? Okay, as far as Google, it's so slow, but it didn't get me out either. Google held where it had to, and it's just not a barn burning trade. But it can work higher. You do have an inverted head and shoulders pattern. If you were watching the Met game, which their bats were horrible yesterday, there was Google Cloud advertisements everywhere. But anyway, I do like this. I feel like it can continue, and it didn't shake me out. So I like for Mega Cap Tech, that's what I'm doing there. Again, the only semi I have is I bought NVIDIA. Where did I make a lot of my money yesterday? It was in this. Wow. You guys, the Alpha team made a lot of money in this stock. The reason why I was able to do it is because, it popped up and went on my go-to list because I bought it here before. That was when different news came out with like Google went to 11.29, sold most. And then when I saw the other news that came out, actually, this was the Google news. I bought a ton of it and then, made some money. And then yesterday when Amazon came out and said they're getting into the nuclear energy area to help power their AI. Look at that. So I would think today is a little bit of a rest day. And at some point, it's going to take out this 1880 and continue. But, after the size of that move, it's allowed to pull back, right? It's allowed. That's good. You could buy more. That's how you use your tier system. So I might lose a little bit today because it'll be down a little bit. Where do I think it can go? Well, if you want to use your retracement rules or whatever, I think, this is $14. Okay, where's OKLO? Okay, it's only down. It's down a whole 35 cents. Big deal. Let's go. Let's get ourselves a little bit of an intraday chart to see where support was yesterday. This is how you do a bunch of things. So the intraday yesterday. Where did it put a lot of work in? It right here, but I think that's a little bit too shallow. Like this is 15 and change, and then this is 1450. I think that's where I would start to nibble some back. So anyway, so I like this thing. I'm going to stay with it, get to know it. This could be in play for the next year, and this thing could be 40, 50. Anyway, I made really good money here, and I think most of the people from the Alpha team did, and the 630 Club. Where else did I make money in this area? I don't usually trade CCJ, but everyone was uranium. I'm like Uranus or uranium, like uranium. So I was buying CCJ into this area, and then it had a nice move. Chances are, if money's going to semis and it's not going to take out 56, but I think you could buy a dip. This happened to be, I missed this spot. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to accumulate into the 8-day because that's part of my process. And it never stopped me out. And boom, there it goes. This GEV also, like these are names that Red Dog didn't even know yet last year. But anyway, when Microsoft's not working, Google's not working, Apple's a pain in the butt. Tesla is neither here or there. So you got to find what's working as a trader, right? So anyway, You want me to say hello to some of my dogs around the world? Let's see some comments. BTF killed it on Okalo. I like that. That's true. This is everybody talking. So we got Brit Bloke saying what up. We got Dana Banana saying good morning. We got British. We just said British folk. Oakley made a killing on. Okay, good. Killing was good. Robinhood has been working well. I've been in Reddit. I think Reddit's going to be 80 plus soon. CELH, yeah, that didn't do well. But again, when you have a lot of things going on, it's not like everything needs to work at once. Dana saying VST and Geo, yes. Hey, Johnny from Hungary says hello. Nice jersey. Yeah, I got my little, we gave this out to everybody at T3 last year for Christmas. Nugsy says good morning, dog. And CCJ's been great. Yeah, there's been a lot of good things to do. If you're not, just looking for a top and worried that this isn't going to end well and all those things that people say, it's a lot to do. Like, look at this Reddit. This Reddit has been unbelievable. I've been talking about this pretty much since right around here again. I know I played it over here. It wasn't ready. There wasn't a big enough, I guess, cup for the cup and handle. And now it looks ready to go. Like, this thing looks ready to take out 78. This is what I said yesterday. Reddit had a nice move from the 64-ish area right around here. And boom. Now it looks like it's ready to take out highs. And Robinhood's been great too. So, it's like a sector. What else has been awesome? Dash. Wow. This stock too, I got to give it to my buddies who don't even watch my 630 club because they're too big for that. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, Dash has been awesome. We had this literally since I missed this part of the move, but again, who cares? Let it rebuild. When I talk about rebuilding, they are rebuilt, and they even shook the tree the other day. But guess what? I've been getting to know this stock, and I saw them do it here. I didn't get out of it. I bought the dip, and now I did it here. And seems like Dash is going to be, I don't even know where. It's going to be, somewhere up here post earnings. So on that dip, I bought some 155 calls for earnings. But, this is following my trend. This is following my process, right? And Apple and NVIDIA made good things. Okay, that's cool. Okay, LO and SMR, yes. We'll see what today is. Today's probably not going to be a day like that. We'll see. Actually, I'm very light in IBIT because of the size of the move. So, I wouldn't mind Bitcoin coming in a little bit. The low here is what? This is IBIT. This is 38.24. It's a little bit below it. What would I think? Well, look at the size of the move that we've seen all the way up to 38.93. 38.93 was yesterday's high. So if today is semiconductor day and the computers are programmed for semiconductors, mega cap tech, then this takes a day off. So you stay there, but don't lose sight of it, and you buy a dip. Maybe you could buy a dip into, maybe somewhere around here, maybe 37.50-ish. With that being said, what else can I get bigger in again? Well, I made, this CORZ still looks great. Okay, chances are it might be a little bit lower today, so you could buy a dip. Wolf, had a nice move yesterday for one of these minor type names. Chances are it might be down a little bit today. I will buy a dip there too. So if you sell strength, you could buy a dip. So for the crypto area, IBIT is my big one because it's the ETF that corresponds to the price of Bitcoin that you could trade in your trading accounts. And then CORZ, like I just said before, I've been in this since 1040, and I do think at some point it's going to be $15, $16. So you want to stay with that. Wolf is low quality, but I think it's okay. Mara, if you remember, I was talking to you guys on Friday, and I was like, guys, start buying Mara down here. If crypto is going to have this run to Thanksgiving, you want to be ahead of it. So I was buying Mara options here, sold some, then I rolled them out, and now chances are it's going to be down a little bit. So if you think Bitcoin is going to get above 73,000 in the next 2, 3, 4 weeks, which it might, you want to be buying maybe some 1950 calls from Mara. Anyway, XBI, like I said, yeah, VKTX is a very good name that a lot of my guys follow. It's very, very tight. If you need a name in the BIOS, I'm going with the XBI. It's pretty tight here, or some people think this is a takeover target, but we'll see. Jack says ASTS. Yes, ASTS was a nice winner for us yesterday. Okay, look at this chart. Went all the way to 39, and then it had to consolidate. They raised money. That's what young, aggressive companies need that are futuristic. So I did buy some back right around here. And yesterday I added as it took out this area. So we'll see if it works towards 31. nice, space. There's a whole new sector there. LUNR, ASTS, all satellites and craziness and the whole 9 yards. Who's your brother Jack? Anyway, yeah. So I'm in it. What's it doing this morning? It'd be nice if it had a little follow through. But it's a small cap, and these things really aren't doing that. ASTS is it's down 72 cents. Okay, I don't think it's a big deal. I think you could buy that. So it really probably shouldn't get, went to 27.50. This was your ad. So again, you buy the breakout, you sell some strength, and then you buy some back, and you do your thing. Something just happened with NVIDIA. Look at this NVIDIA. NVIDIA's looking to knock on the door. Anyway, you guys see the interview with Kamala on Fox? Just gonna say, go watch it for yourself and see what you think. What else? Yeah, SMCI. I haven't been trading it. It's been a pain. Some guys are like, well, Red Dog, it's ready to go. I'm like, I understand it. It looks like you can get to here. This SMCI, just to me, I haven't had crazy success here. But again, maybe it goes to 58-ish. I did buy some Rumble. Guys were all over me. They're like, Red Dog, look at DJT, look at this, look at that. Rum's done absolutely nothing since for the whole year, and there are so many great influencers and people on there, whatever. So I bought some. But again, I have like 20 positions on, so it's not a focus. So I would think Rum could work higher. So if you want to take a look at that, take a look at that. And what else are we doing here? Oh, someone said that Bank of America, BAML, upgraded Microsoft. So maybe Microsoft gets a little bit better. But this has been a pain. Mega cap tech has been a pain. So what do you see here? Yeah, you could see that you have a low, came up resistance, a higher low. So it's just Microsoft is tough. WBA dead cat bounce. I don't really trade it. Gold is doing well. Yeah, gold looks like it's ready to go again. If you're an asset allocator, you've made really good money in gold. A lot of my friends buy gold every single month. Some of them even go into auctions and look for gold coins, silver coins, and that's part of their hobby. So imagine having a hobby that can make you a lot of money also. Congrats to you guys. But anyway, gold looks good. I was very involved in gold earlier in the year, down here in February, like when you had this long channel. And since then, I've been just kind of knick-knacking it. It's been trending higher, so congratulations to you. Amazon's a pain in the ass. Palantir has been have been unbelievable. You want me to look at Amazon? Yeah. So Amazon still, you could say that Amazon has a little bit of a wedge here, where you have that, you have this. So maybe there's a better trade coming out of Amazon soon. It's not acting great. It's just a pain in my butt. I don't like to trade things that are a pain in my butt. I don't like to hang around with people who are a pain in my butt. Sometimes my son and my wife are, but I can't get rid of them. Well, I could get rid of one, but I won't. I love her. Anyway, SMCI needs to post their 10K. Yeah, that'd be about time, wouldn't it? WBI, I thought that was up yesterday anyway. What did it do? They sold the news? That's not a dead cat bounce. That's a nice move. Anyway, get your language straight. All right, so what am I going to focus on today? So I am in the video 140 calls, and I'm going to see how it reacts here. I would rather it not break above 140, but what I want and what it has to do are two different things. But I will look there. As far as like crypto, I'm probably going to look to buy a little bit on a dip. Who knows if we need 1 day off, 2 days off. We just had a big move. Okay, Bitcoin just had a great potent move that should lead to higher prices, but maybe not today, tomorrow. Again, Apple, I'm probably not going to add to. I added yesterday, and I'll see how it reacts into this spot. Google, I might add to. It held here. I'm long. I still think that it's going to get above this area, relatively soon. It's doing it at its own time. So that maybe Microsoft's buyable. The banks have been great. Goldman Sachs, real cute, right? It ran prior to the print, and I told you guys not to buy it that day. Now it seems just fine. It's going sideways. The banks have been great. I haven't really been so involved in the banks, but if you have, great, congratulations to you. I've been in a lot of other sectors. I have enough going on. Snow had a software catch-up trade. But again, these laggard trades could be difficult. So this probably got most people out yesterday, right? You had a nice entry here, went to the 100-day, and then kind of came in. I'm not going to really look at it. I did buy U software. I don't know why. Guys were like yelling at me, like, Red Dog, you don't have any software on. So I bought some options here for Unity software. And if Apple has a day, hey, maybe this will go. But I also bought it correctly where I trimmed some. Buy the China dip. I do think you could buy the China dip. You know, the FXI is coming into an area that I think, should be buyable. If you miss this move to 37.50, where I did say sell it, I showed you the weekly chart on China. I'm like, guys, this is the spot. And if you sold it, great. And now it's coming a bunch. The risk here is that, hey, maybe it goes down a little bit more towards 29.53 or so. But I would think you could be a buyer of the FXI if you're not trying to be perfect in here. Better than a seller. And I actually bought a little bit of this Tiger yesterday. Even it's a fintech China kind of brokerage firm, but it's not really high quality. But we'll see. Some guys made good money long on this day, and then remember I was telling you guys that on this day I'm like, my friends are shorting this. It's not a scam stock, but just went too far too fast. So anyway, I think into this area you might be able to buy some of this. Or even this FUTU. I bought some options, not stock, thinking, hey, again, it went from this to as high as 129. This is probably where it'll go down to and be buyable. So look at maybe 92 on this. But anyway, there's a lot of volatility in these names, but there's also a lot of money. It's up to you. What's my take on AMD? I'm just going to, stay away from AMD. I'm just going to focus on the best in breed in semis, and that's NVIDIA. You get a trade here and there with AMD, but it's a pain in the butt. I think NVIDIA, I think ARM, and I think Avago. Those are the three. And then also trade the SMHs. Actually, let's see what MU looks like, to be honest. Ooh, MU turned up yesterday. I didn't even see that. Damn it. I bought MU here and I sold it, and I was so happy with myself. I didn't get caught in that, and I didn't see how it turned up yesterday. I would have been a buyer of that. Now I'm sure MU is having a nice day. Up $3. Congratulations if you bought the dip in MU. I bought the dip here. Oh, NVIDIA's getting above 140. Woohoo! Anyway, yes, we did buy that dip, and I trimmed a little bit yesterday, but I'm happy that went back to it. Sometimes you don't go back to a name because everyone obsesses over it, but went back to it pretty well. With that being said, I appreciate you guys at 6:55. I went over so many different stocks, so many different sectors, and I've been managing a portfolio approach literally since September 11th. In order to be able to do that, you need to know what you're doing, why you're doing it, how you're doing it. You need to be prepared. You need to have your mind right, and that's how you make money. Okay, you can't just wake up at 9 o'clock, come in and be like, oh, what am I doing today? You might make money once, but you'll be out of this business so fast, and you don't deserve to be here. Okay, work hard. Work on yourself. I watched this video today that I did in the ice barrel about pieces of the puzzle. Okay, if you feel broken, you're not broken. You just haven't figured out all the pieces of the puzzle. And if you have some that shouldn't fit into your project, which is you, get rid of them. Okay, and keep working. Progress is what makes you happy. Don't stand still. Just move forward a little bit. See you guys later.